What if you made the worst decision of your life, and it's too late to turn back? Imagine you wake up one morning, look around, and realize you're trapped in a place that's slowly draining away everything that makes life worth living. My name is William, and I made that mistake. I moved into a nursing home thinking it was the right choice, the safe choice. But what I didn't realize was it was the beginning of my worst nightmare. Before you consider taking this path, you need to hear what I have to say, because once you step into this world, there's no going back. Regret number 1, losing my freedom. Freedom. It's something we all take for granted until it's ripped away from us. Back home, I had a simple life, a life that was truly mine. I could walk outside anytime I wanted, feel the cold morning breeze, hear the birds sing their first songs of the day. I could choose what to eat, what to wear, and how to spend my time. But here, inside these walls, everything is on their schedule, their rules. I remember one morning I wanted to go for a walk, just a simple walk to clear my head. But instead of just opening the door and stepping outside, I had to press a button, wait for someone to show up, and if they were too busy, well, I was out of luck. Every time I tried to do something on my own, I was told, "Sir, it's for your safety. We can't let you do that by yourself." Safety, they love that word. It sounds so comforting, doesn't it? But what they don't tell you is that the more you rely on them, the less you're allowed to do for yourself. Slowly, your freedom becomes a memory, and before you know it, you start settling. You start accepting that this is your life now. But the truth is, living in a place like this is not living at all. Would you be willing to give up your freedom just for the illusion of safety? Let me know in the comments. But the worst part, losing my freedom was only the beginning of my regrets. Regret number 2, feeling forgotten. Loneliness. It's a slow poison that eats away at your soul. And in this place, it's everywhere. When I first moved in, my family swore they'd visit often. My son, my daughter, even my grandchildren. They all promised, "We'll come by every week, Dad. You won't feel alone." And at first, they did. The first month was filled with cheerful visits, laughter, and hugs. It almost felt like I hadn't lost everything. But then, life got in the way. The visits became shorter, less frequent. I remember last Christmas, I was sitting by the window, watching the snow fall, waiting for them to walk through the door like they promised. But they never came. I spent that entire day staring at the doorway, surrounded by strangers who were just as forgotten as I was. It felt like the world had moved on without me. You see, when you're not around every day, it's easy for people to forget you. They think you're fine, that you're adjusting, that you don't need them as much as you once did. But the truth is, no matter how much they love you, once you're out of sight, you slowly become out of mind. And the worst part, you start to believe that maybe you deserve to be forgotten. Maybe this is your life now, just waiting. Would you choose a life where you slowly fade from the minds of those you love? Tell me if this is something you could accept. But as bad as the loneliness was, it was nothing compared to what came next. Regret number 3, losing my sense of purpose. Purpose. It's what keeps you alive, what gives you a reason to get out of bed every morning, and without it, you start to fade away. Back home, I had my routines. I'd cook my own meals, water the plants, fix little things around the house. Nothing extraordinary, but it was my life, and it had meaning. But when you move into a nursing home, all of that disappears. Meals delivered, rooms cleaned, clothes washed, everything done for you. They call it convenience, but what it really does is take away your reason to live. I remember meeting George. He was a painter, an artist whose works were once celebrated by his community. His paintings were filled with life, color, passion. But here, his brushes were locked away in a drawer, his inspiration gone. "I feel like I'm just waiting to die," he told me one day, and I knew exactly what he meant. When you have nothing to work toward, nothing to create, nothing to care for, your soul starts to wither. I tried to keep myself busy, reading, watching television, but it was just passing time. There was nothing that truly made me feel alive. Purpose isn't something you can find by sitting around. It's something you create. And when you let others take away your ability to create, you lose a piece of yourself that you might never get back. What gives your life purpose? And would you let go of it just for the sake of convenience? Share your thoughts in the comments. But as bad as losing my purpose was, it was nothing compared to how quickly my health started to deteriorate. Regret number 4, rapid health decline. There's something cruel about having your body slowly betray you. Before moving into this place, I wasn't exactly a young man, but I could still take care of myself. I'd go for walks around the neighborhood, stretch every morning, cook my own meals. It kept me moving. It kept me alive. But here, it's like the world is designed to make you stop moving. Everything is made convenient to the point where you no longer need to lift a finger. Meals delivered straight to your room, laundry handled by someone else. The staff insists, don't worry about anything, just rest. We'll take care of it all. Sounds nice, right? But what they don't tell you is that when you stop using your body, you start losing it. I noticed it first in my legs. They started feeling stiff, weak. Getting up from a chair felt like lifting a mountain, and it only got worse. I saw the same thing happen to others, people who walked in on their own 2 feet, now relying on wheelchairs, people who once could manage their own lives, now waiting for someone to assist them with the simplest tasks. One morning, I tried to go for a walk down the hallway, just a few steps to feel like I was still capable, but my legs gave out. I had to be carried back to my room. And the worst part, it wasn't just me. I watched this place turn strong people into fragile shells of who they once were, not because of age, but because of the way this place strips away your strength, little by little. What would you do if the very place meant to protect you was slowly destroying you? Comment below if you think you could survive this. But as devastating as losing my health was, the true nightmare was yet to come. Regret number 5, loss of privacy and dignity. Dignity. It's one of the last things you have left when everything else is taken away. But in a nursing home, even that gets stripped from you. Back at home, I had control over my life. I could shut my door, sit in silence, and just be myself. But here, privacy is nothing but a luxury. Staff members come in and out without warning. Sometimes they knock, sometimes they don't. And when they do, it's always in a rush, checking on you like you're a broken machine that needs maintenance. Even the most personal moments, like showering or using the bathroom, often require someone's help. And no matter how much they smile and say they're here to help, it feels like an invasion. Then there's the issue of sharing a room with someone you never chose, a stranger who might snore all night, or worse, someone whose condition makes even sleep feel impossible. I used to be a person with my own routines, my own space. Now I'm just another name on their checklist, and every day I feel a little less like myself. It's like I'm slowly disappearing, just another name on their list. They treat you like you're something to be managed, not a person who still has thoughts, dreams, desires. It's not their fault. They're doing their jobs, but the system itself is broken, and when you're part of it, you start to break too. Are you truly prepared to give up your privacy and control over your own life? Because once that dignity is taken away, getting it back feels like an impossible dream. But as bad as all of this was, the most painful realization was yet to come. Looking back, I wish I could say I've made peace with my decision, but the truth is, I haven't. And maybe I never will. It's not about growing old. That's a natural part of life. It's about believing that moving into a nursing home was the only option, the only choice I had left. But now, I realize I was wrong. There were other ways, other paths I could have taken. But I didn't fight hard enough to stay in control of my own life. The promises of safety and convenience, they sound so comforting, but what they don't tell you is the price you have to pay for them. Your freedom, your purpose, your health, your privacy, your dignity. And once they're gone, getting them back is nearly impossible. I'm sharing my story because I don't want you to make the same mistake I did. If you're even thinking about moving into a nursing home, or if you have a loved one considering this path, take a moment to really think about what you're giving up. Because the life you have today, your routines, your independence, your choices, is worth fighting for. Don't wait until it's too late. Take control of your life now before someone else does it for you. If you found this message helpful, or if you know someone who needs to hear this, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for listening, and I truly hope, you make the choice that's right for you.